On to you, Gemini. So you have the unalive card, right? Uh, the Chariot, and you have the Knight of Wands, right? For you, Gemini. So, who you Geminis are and who you Geminis are becoming is someone that you are very proud to become. There's a huge transition because you got the unalive card, if you know what I mean. Can't say the word, but but anyway, you Geminis like who it is that you're becoming. You're becoming a person that is interested in confrontation in order to get to the truth. Gemini, y'all can be a zodiac sign that can kind of shy away from confrontation sometimes. Usually when you Geminis usually when you Geminis want to actually be confrontational is usually when you're very angry, right? And you're upset. But now a lot of you Geminis are learning that confrontation is going to be a natural part of life, and that trying to essentially run away from confrontation, all of that, is essentially no use in doing it. Because what's going to happen here is that all of this that you Geminis are going to get if you shy away from confrontation, people will use the fact that you are trying to be non-confrontational to their advantage. And you Geminis are learning that in order to really get to know somebody, right, if a person is trying to run game on you, you will have to apply pressure. There are going to be situations where things are not necessarily going to be the most peaceful, where you will have to ask questions to really get to the bottom of the confusion so that confusion actually gets cleared up, right? You can't always afford to even assume that a person is into you, especially if they're leaving the certain situations confusing. At some point, what do I keep saying? You're going to have a track record. You're going to have to get clarification. You're going to have to apply pressure. What are we doing here? What exactly is going on? And the situation with that is the Moon and the Sun card, ironically, right next to each other. The Moon and the Sun card it's like night and day. Who you Geminis are becoming is like night and day. You're becoming someone that you know what I'm saying, that like people who know you, right, but they don't know the new you, wouldn't even recognize. They would see you as, as far as recognizing you, know your name and stuff like this, right, on a mundane level. But you Geminis are completely different spiritually, where you understand that you cannot afford to be non-confrontational all the time, right? Because how many people keep playing with you, messing with you, playing with your time? We all have a finite time to exist like this, and we all have to really, really appreciate every minute of the day, because there's a chance that it will be your last, and on a long enough timeline, and I don't mean to get grim, but it will be. So we have to most definitely understand to take our time, especially when it comes to respecting our time, and as a result, like I said, it's like night and day. And you're glad that you've created this newfound change. It's not something that you're disappointed in. You Geminis are glad that this change has happened, because now it allows you Geminis, you have allowed yourself to, when you're getting to know somebody, really ask questions, like I said before, to get to the bottom of the understanding of what exactly is going on, so that they can't just waste your time and come on in and like drag you along for the ride, and things are going well, but there's no kind of real milestones or progression happening here. And the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords represents you Geminis are just preoccupied with you not wanting to ever revert back to the same pushover that you used to be, or how you see yourself that you used to be. And the answer to that is, for you Geminis, that can really only fall on you. But when, I mean, to be transparent with y'all, we don't go back. Like we like it, personally, from what I have observed anecdotally, it's impossible. Like, I've crossed the abyss myself, and I have proof, right? I've crossed the abyss myself, and I have proof that I did. And from that experience in by itself, I can't go back to the same person that I used to be, right? The overly nice individual that everybody knew was a decent person, but they would deliberately make out to be a cartoon villain, like I can't, right? Because that's not who I was. That's not who I am. That's not who I was. I never was like that. It's just that I had to learn to work on my emotionalism. That's all, pretty much. But that's not who I was, though. That wasn't my real self. So when you do get in touch with your real self, and that shadow side, that real self has integrated itself with the lighter part of you. Personally, if it's real, I've never seen a person revert back. I've seen a person more so have to acclimate to this newfound power, this newfound level of embrace that they have. They have to reel that back in and kind of recalibrate, because now this is a whole other side to you that you never even knew that you would one day embrace. Like, you knew that it was there, but you never even knew fully or in-depthly, because you never had a chance to explore it, what you're even capable of on a deeper level. Like, you knew that you were capable of this. And so why that's so important is because the Five of Swords and the King of Wands. The walking away of people who just want your time. They demand it. And that you need to be the grown-up. No, you want to have fun in relationships too. And that if you have to treat the other person like a little one, then no. You're just going to go off and find someone new. We don't do that over here. No. So the thing is that the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Wands is about, this is a big transformation for you, Geminis. This is about self-respect. And not over self-respect, right? To the point of worship. This is about getting to know yourself. This is about you, Geminis, getting more in touch with yourself, and you, Geminis, understanding and living it. Like, you don't want to have someone that's scapegoating you. That, to piggyback off of what I said the last Gemini reading. Shout outs to you, Geminis, by the way, right? For showing a lot of love. A lot of you Geminis, you don't want to go, like I said, you're not going back to that. You're not going back to that old, that old worn out part of you where it's like you just taking it from people giving you issues, having problems, not addressing it, afraid to cut people off that are dysfunctional in your life. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a big social circle, right? Because you're the social butterfly. Now, a lot of you Geminis are understanding what the social butterfly, being a social butterfly, is for. It's to build connections. It's to build relationships with people. And that if the person if it's a bridge to build between yourself and another person, you might as well just cut your losses and just move forward with your life. So let's clarify the Ten of Wands. The Strength, you see, Three of Swords, Three of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and then you Geminis have the Wheel of Fortune, right? The Strength and the Three of Swords, like I was talking about, is about how, again, you're exhibiting this strength to actually walk away. And even if a connection that you have had breaks your heart, because you wouldn't particularly like to walk away, you're still going to do it, because a person has to be healthy. You have to, this a person who's going to be with you has to be healthy. They have to be healed. So the Three of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune is about, and because you have this new approach, it's not gonna be so easy for you Geminis to fall back into the wheel of fortune in a way that you don't want, right? Where it's like you date people and then it turns out to go to the kibosh, right? It's basura, it's trash, right? It turns to trash because you see issues in a person. You know what I'm saying? You see the writing on the wall, but then you stay there anyway because you're afraid to actually be confrontational and tell the person, or even walk away, or even have the person, right, think of you as in a not so good light. So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. You Geminis are doing your thing. Y'all are becoming a lot more brave and a lot more direct, and that's something that everyone needs, to be honest with you. In the next Gemini reading, I may talk about it if I can remember it. Y'all will have to remind me, or if I can remember it right, because I just say what it is that I have to say and then I get off of here. But you know, I got the rest of my life to live. But please, I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 20,000 subs, on the way to 100,000. We're actually at 13,100 now, or close to it, right? Or maybe even a little bit beyond it. But I just want to say thank you to everybody, right? Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And there's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where you can get my books, get a personal reading from me, as well as get the clothing, t-shirts, sweatpants, sweatshirts, right? Even hoodies. Appreciate you.